We all might have seen these super energetic and bouncy moves on the famous TV show Dancing with the Stars. Some of us may have even been able to identify it as jive dancing. But would anyone ever dare to think that this lively, happy dance was in fact developed during one of the darkest times in human history? Jive, as it is most commonly known today, had its origins in the African American communities of the United States during the 1930s. During this time, the introduction of jazz music in Harlem gave rise to a new form of dancing known as the jitterbug, which is also a form of swing dancing. Swing dancing acquired all sorts of lifts, flips, throws, slides, and movements in which the man leads the woman to open up, to swivel, to move her hips and create a very quick bouncing movement that followed the fast beat of jazz music. Very quickly, jazz and swing dancing were adapted into the American culture and were seen in all different types of places, including clubs, houses, and even streets. Today, they're still considered to be symbolic elements when we come to think of the 1930s in the United States, but the development of swing did not stop at that point, as it soon came to take over other parts of the world as well. In 1941, the United States became involved in one of the most terrible, deadliest times of history, World War II. About a year later, more than 500,000 American soldiers, or GIs as they came to be known, were stationed in England. With their arrival, they brought along their fascination for swing and jitterbug dancing and introduced its moves to the British population. The dance found a following among the young, and soon enough, dance halls came to be a primary place for people to meet, socialize, and enjoy themselves, particularly the young women who spent long hours working in the munitions factories, contributing to the war effort. Jitterbugging gave them an opportunity to let their hair loose and forget about the hardships of the war, if only for a few hours. This form of dance turned into something much more significant than a simple form of art. It became a way of surviving and overcoming challenges, a way for young people to remind themselves of their youth and their freedom. The term jive was developed in England to replace the name jitterbug, and it is still commonly used today. The origins of the word appear to have roots in the Black American slang for misleading talk or exaggeration, which was almost a perfect representation of the dance itself. The jive was a much wilder, more acrobatic dance, which greatly contrasted with the traditional dancing styles that were popular in England during that time. Unfortunately, energies could not remain at their peak, and a great controversy regarding the dance emerged among the British population. The dance was perceived as corruptive, vulgar, and unacceptable, and was even prohibited from being practiced in public. The general population became horrified at the view of the not-so-conservative and not-so-elegant dance, but in some way, the dance persevered, and continued to be popular a long time after the departure of the GIs and the end of the war. Ironic as it may be, the jive dance was in fact able to receive worldwide recognition thanks to the British dance instructors, who slightly modified the dance until it was adopted as the fifth Latin dance in international competitions in the year 1968. In this way, the modern form of ballroom jive was created, a very happy and jumpy dance characterized by the lifting of knees and the bending or rocking of the hips. The couple Ricardo Cocchi and Yulia Zagoruchenko was able to receive the World Latin Dance Championship title in 2010 due to their extraordinary execution of the very fast, sharp movements of the jive dance. How can a person possibly experience the rhythm and the energy of the jive without having the urge to get up of the chair and start dancing? It encompasses the artistic ability to portray emotion and personality in a way that is just irresistible. And still, we must not forget that although it has a long history to it, jive emerged from a very dark and unfortunate time in our history. From this place of darkness and sorrow, it was able to bring about a sense of life and happiness that simply cannot be described by words.